today is Animal Kingdom Day. I don't even know what day it is. I've lost track. But yes, Animal Kingdom Day. It is cold. It's 48 degrees. I think it's only supposed to be 50 degrees today. So it is going to be a cold one. I am bundled up. So yeah, we are getting ready to go catch the bus at 7:03, and I will see you guys inside the park. Why isn't it focusing? It's not focusing. There we go. Animal Kingdom, here we are. Oh, look at Eeyore. Eeyore and Roo.
Except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Guests that do not comply will be asked to leave. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you for your cooperation.
I know where the green line. No. I know where like the door.
Okay, that's fine. But after you stand, you need to hand me your magic impact to your left of
I think it's that way.
Is it?
It's cold today.
At least your face mask keeps your face a little warmer.
Yeah. Look at the little birdies. So now we're heading to Flight of Passage to Avatar, and we're gonna try to board that. That is our plan. Any thoughts?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just excited to go on it.
Yeah.
I love that ride.
Yes, agreed. There it is. There's the tree. We can slow down. We don't have to walk so fast.
Oh my god. One favorite, those are the birds from
There's the tree of life. so beautiful. Look at all the cute little shops.
Hey, I want a picture.
I think we're gonna be taking it right here. Or a left, I'm sorry. Yeah, a left. Pandora. Now we're heading over to Pandora. Pandora is super cool if you haven't seen it before. I'll take you guys along. Yeah.
Thank you for visiting us today. Just a few reminders. Face coverings must only cover your nose and mouth and be worn at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Guests that do not comply will be asked to leave. Clean your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
A lot of people are going to Pandora, but here it is. It's coming up. It's coming. All right, guys. We're here. Here we are, we're in Pandora. It's beautiful in here. Whole different world. Look at that. The camera is not doing it justice. Yeah. Yeah.
Going to be your safari guide as we head out into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, for your safety as well as the safety of those around you, you are required to maintain your masks throughout our adventure. And we are off like a herd of turtles this morning. Now, just above your head there, you will see a spotting guide. Those are the animals we hope to encounter along the way. If you happen to notice something that I don't, feel free to shout it out. We're going to be together a couple of weeks. We might as well be working well together right from the beginning. Now, here on the left-hand side, you can see some bongos, several of them up ahead. Now, these bongos are considered the ghosts of the forest because they're rarely seen out and about. You'll notice that both male and female bongos have those horns that you see there. They use those to rush through the thick underbrush to get away from predators. You'll also notice that they do have stripes coming down the sides of their body. That allows them to blend in with grasses and bamboos to get away from predators. Now just up above us here on the right-hand side, you're going to see some greater kudu. Now these greater kudu look a little bit like North American deer. You can see them laying along the edge there. They stand about 5 feet tall at the shoulder. These are all females that you're seeing. If there were a male in the mix, he would have horns that are about 6 feet in length. Now, although it was difficult to see, these greater kudu also have that striping coming down the side of their body so that they too can hide from predators in the area. Let's keep a watchful eye and see what else is out and about. The animals seem to think it's a bit chilly for Africa. Well, we're getting ready to leave the Little Atiri Forest, and we're going to head on over into the Safi River area inside this Safi. Oh, before we do, though, I do see a saddlebill stork here on our left-hand side. Now, this is a male saddlebill. I can tell by his brown eyes. He stands about 5 feet tall and has a 9-foot wingspan, so roughly the same width as the canvas you're sitting under. Now they do mate for life, so anytime you see a pair of saddlebills, you will see lots and lots of babies. Well, as I was saying, we're going to head over to the Safi River area. Inside the Safi River, we hope to encounter animals that rely on the waterway for their survival. So, of course, for them, camouflage is not as big of a deal. When you live in a see-through substance, there's little you can hide. I do see some bubbling up ahead. That's usually a pretty good indicator that there are Nile hippopotamus in the area. Anyone know what a group of hippos is called? They're a bloat of hippos. Now, I suspect that's because they eat between 80 and 90 pounds of grass a day. That would bloat out the best of us. There are some hippos right here on the right-hand side. And there's more of the bloat on the left-hand side as well. Now, they can stay fully submerged up to 8 minutes at a time. And they will spend the majority of their day inside the water, and that's because they're highly susceptible to sunburn. So if they come out for any length of time, they'll actually secrete an ooze that acts as a sunscreen for them. Across from us, you can see some pink-backed pelicans. I know that's a funny seeming name. They're obviously gray and white in color, but if you can see underneath the wings of the ones that are flexing there, you can see a little bit of pink. Well, that's because they are just like us. When they fall in love, they get twitter-pated. They blush up and turn pink right underneath their wings. And once that romance kicks in, they are colonial nesters. So you'll see between 20 and 500 pair nesting side by side. And their eggs will take about 30 days to hatch out. So if you compare that to a chicken, which takes 21 days, you're going to wait a little more than a week longer for baby pelicans. Oh, Nile crocodiles on our left. Now, when they're out on land like that, they're called a basque of crocodile. When they're in the water, they're called a float of crocodile. But no matter what you want to call them, you do need to know that their jaws are so powerful that every square inch will produce 2,200 pounds of pressure. And with that, they're able to consume half their body weight in a single feeding. So it's not uncommon for them to eat an entire zebra or wildebeest at one time. Now, their average length is between 16 and 20 feet. They're capable of jumping as high as they are long. So a 20-foot crocodile can easily jump 20 feet straight up into the air, and they can run 12 miles per hour. Now, up ahead on the right-hand side, you're going to see a baobab tree. It looks kind of like it was put in upside down, but up on top there, what look like roots are actually branches that produce leaves about 3 months out of the year. The bases act kind of like wells or barrels, storing great amounts of water. In fact, some of the larger ones have been known to hold as many as 4,000 gallons of water. So in times of drought, elephants know they can get their water there, and they'll work together as families to try and knock those trees down to get what they need to survive. Any fans of The Lion King on board? All right, well, about 27 years ago, Disney sent out a team of animators to a savannah very similar to the one that we're entering onto. They were told to take in all of the sights, sounds, and smells that they possibly could and weave those into a story that would inspire generations to come. So as we enter onto the savannah, I encourage you to do the same thing. Let's try to take it all in, and let's see if we can be greater at the end than we are as we're beginning this adventure. Now, just up ahead, You can see some shaggy gray animals there. Those are wildebeest. Now there are both white-bearded and brindle-bearded varieties in the mix. Anybody know what a group of wildebeest are called? They're a confusion of wildebeest. Now normally a confusion will have between 500 and 1,000 members, but they will swell up into groups of as many as 1.5 million as they chase the rainwaters on the savannas. Now here on the left-hand side, down in the cave there, you can see some African wild dogs. They're also known as painted dogs because of their unique coloration. Now they may look like our domestic dogs, but in reality they only have 4 toes compared to the 5 that our dogs have, and they can run 35 miles per hour for up to 2 hours at a time. There is no other animal on the savannah that can do that. So once they decide what they'd like for dinner, they'll go ahead and chase that animal until it collapses from exhaustion. And they are highly successful. They actually have an 80% success rate in their hunting compared to the 30% that a lion has. There are those wildebeest just in front of us. Just past them, you can see some sable antelope. Those sable antelope are considered the most aggressive of the antelope species. They'll actually use those horns of theirs to defend themselves even against lions. And of course you can see a giraffe here on the left and another one up on our right. These are Maasai giraffe. You can tell by their jagged spots. If they were reticulated, theirs would be much more rounded. Anybody know what a group of giraffe are called? They are a tower of giraffe. Now these adult Maasais will range in height between 15 and 17 feet. Their babies tend to be about 6 feet tall at birth, capable of getting up and running with their tower within an hour of delivery. Now you may have noticed the termite mounds in the area. They're made of mud, spit, and dung. Of course, plentiful resources here. Notice the one on our left-hand side is about 20 feet in height. They can actually reach heights in excess of 30 feet, but around here that's pretty rare. Elephants do like to use them as back scratchers and in the process turn them into termite condos like you see here on the left. There comes some more giraffe off the ridge here on our left. Now anybody know how long a giraffe will sleep? 30 minutes is the correct answer. The rest of the time is spent eating and digesting food. They actually have 4 stomachs. And they use their extra long tongues to bring that food in. On average, their tongues are 18 inches in length. So if you measure from the tip of your middle finger down to your elbows, that's the approximate length of a giraffe tongue. And what we have here is a giraffic jam. They do get the right of way. Now notice the ossicones up on top of their heads there. In the adults, they are made of bone and they are fused to their skull. When they're newly born, their ossicones are made of cartilage. And as they age, that cartilage turns to bone and then does in fact fuse into their skull. You probably noticed the hair on their tails. Their hair is actually 10 times as thick as our own hair. That helps them to be able to shoo away different bugs or insects that are causing them trouble. Oh, up ahead I do see on our right-hand side some little animals that look like s'mores. They're kind of a graham cracker brown color with a stripe of chocolate and marshmallow down below. These are called springbok. They are the smallest of the antelope species, standing just 3 feet tall at the shoulders, but they are capable of jumping 6 feet straight up into the air and 13 feet straight forward. Now up ahead on our right you can see some Hartman's Mountain zebra. They are the smallest of the zebra species, standing just 5 feet tall at the shoulders. Anyone know what a group of zebra are called? They're a dazzle of zebra. Now a dazzle normally contains a stallion and 2 or 3 mares, as well as their colt.